How do you make a woman feel desire for you even when she doesn't seem interested at all? Hi, I'm Lauren, and today we're exploring something most men never truly learn. You know that moment when you're talking to a woman who seems amazing, but her interest just isn't there? You try being kind, you try giving attention, yet the more effort you show, the more distance you feel growing. What most men don't realize is this: you're probably not doing the wrong things. You're just doing the right things in the wrong sequence. Attraction doesn't grow the way logic works. Today, I'm going to share 7 psychological triggers that actually create desire, and I'll warn you now, the final one is incredibly powerful. It can change everything fast. And almost no one uses it correctly. Before we go further, you need to hear this clearly. This was never your fault. Nobody taught you this growing up. School didn't explain it. Society didn't explain it. Female attraction isn't logical. It's emotional. While you were trying to prove you'd be a good partner with words and reasoning, her deeper brain was scanning for completely different signals without you realizing it. Research in evolutionary psychology shows that attraction often comes from mental shortcuts. These are deep patterns the brain responds to automatically. Once you understand them, you stop chasing, you stop forcing, you naturally become the kind of man women want to win over. Let's start with the first trigger: masculine presence. This isn't about muscles or looks. It's about energy. When you enter a room, do you take up space or quietly shrink? Women sense this in seconds. A man who moves calmly, who isn't rushing, who doesn't search faces for approval, sends a powerful message without speaking. He communicates value through presence alone. That kind of grounded energy is rare, and rarity creates attraction faster than words ever could. Imagine you're at a bar or social event. Instead of scanning the room nervously, you relax. Your shoulders stay back, your breathing slows, you observe without anxiety. That simple shift changes how women perceive you. Her subconscious radar turns on. She feels something different, not because you tried harder, but because you became more centered in yourself. The second trigger is emotional challenge. Most men agree with everything a woman says. They fear tension. But tension isn't conflict, it's attraction fuel. When you lightly disagree or tease playfully, you create polarity. Polarity creates magnetism. For example, she says she loves waking up early. Instead of agreeing, you smile and say, "Really? You look like a snooze button expert." It's playful, not rude. That light challenge shows confidence. You're not afraid to express yourself. You're not trying to impress. You're engaging. This creates spark. Attraction needs contrast, not constant agreement. If this is making sense so far, hit the like button. It helps more men learn what they were never taught. The third trigger is selective attention. This is where many men lose control. They give too much attention too soon. Instant replies, canceled plans, constant availability. The female brain reads this as low value. A man with options isn't always available. You need to be interesting, but also interested in things beyond her. Purpose is attractive. When you have hobbies, goals, friendships, and direction, your time becomes valuable. You stop orbiting her world. That makes her curious. She feels drawn toward a man who has a full life, not someone who drops everything for attention. Scarcity creates interest, not games, just balance. The fourth trigger is intentional listening. Not just hearing words, but remembering meaning. When you recall details she mentioned casually and bring them up later, you stand out instantly. Emotional connection grows from being seen. For example, she mentions loving orchids. Days later, you send a photo of one you saw and say it reminded you of her. That level of attention is powerful. It shows presence. It shows care. And care, when combined with strength, is deeply attractive. This creates emotional bonding faster than compliments ever could. The fifth trigger is calibrated vulnerability. Many men think they must appear unbreakable, but women don't connect with perfection. They connect with honesty delivered confidently. When you share something real, a past challenge or fear, without playing the victim, you become relatable, human, grounded. Vulnerability with stability builds trust, and trust opens the door to desire. Strength isn't hiding flaws, it's being comfortable with them. The sixth trigger is gradual physical touch. Science shows that light, respectful touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. A brief touch on the arm during laughter, a gentle shoulder brush while walking, nothing forced, nothing rushed. These moments create positive physical association. Her brain begins linking your presence with comfort and warmth. This kind of depth is exactly what I teach in my full guide, Attraction Secrets. It goes beyond theory into real-life application. And now the final trigger, the most powerful one, controlled unpredictability. The brain loves dopamine. Dopamine comes from rewarding uncertainty. When you're slightly unpredictable, you become fascinating. This doesn't mean being inconsistent or unstable. It means balance. Sometimes warm, sometimes challenging, sometimes you initiate, sometimes you wait. You maintain mystery, and mystery keeps her thinking about you even when you're not there. Now you have real tools, not tricks. Use them with respect. Use them intentionally. You don't need perfection. You need strategy. And now you have